Hello students of class 7th DPS Surah. Today we will be discussing the poem The Shed by Frank Flynn. First let's understand what a shed is. A shed is a small room in a back garden of the house for storing or keeping things, animals, tools, vehicles, etc. Sheds, which are used on farms or in industry, can be large structures. And now, let's begin with the poem. There's a shed at the bottom of our garden. Bottom of our garden means the end of the garden, with a spider's web hanging across the door. The hinges are rusty and creak in the wind. Hinges are basically the joints at the door. They have turned rusty. That means they have been covered with rust, that is the red or orange coating that forms on the surface of iron when exposed to air and moisture. So the hinges, because they have turned rusty, they creak in the wind. That is, they make a harsh sound in the wind. When I am in bed, I lie and listen. I'll open the door one day. There's a dusty old window around at the side with 3 cracked panes of glass, which means the sheet of the glass is cracked, it's broken. I often think there's someone staring at me each time that I pass. I'll peep through that window one day. My brother says there's a ghost in the shed who hides under the rotten floorboards. Now, rotten means something which has decayed, and floorboards is referring to the wooden flooring. And if ever dare to set foot inside, he'll jump out and chop off my head. But I'll take a peek one day. Then the poet says, I know that there isn't really a ghost. My brother tells lies to keep the shed for his den. There isn't anyone staring or making strange noises, and the spider has been gone from his web, since I don't know when. I'll go into that shed one day soon, but not just yet. And now to summarize the poem. It is about the shed, which is a small room away from the main house. It is located at the bottom of the poet's garden. The bottom of the garden, as explained earlier, means the end of the garden. It is in the worst condition. This we know by the fact that spider webs are hanging around, the rusty hinges. Also, it talks about the glass window panes being broken. So this shows that it has not been maintained properly. Whenever the poet passes through it, he feels somebody is staring at him. His brother threatens him by saying that a ghost stays in the shed, who hides himself under the rotten floorboards, who may jump and attack on the poet. In fact, there is no ghost inside the shed. His brother lies to keep the shed for his den. At last, the poet overcomes his fear by saying that he'll enter the shed one day soon. And now, let's discuss the question answers of the poem. Who is the speaker in the poem? The answer could be the speaker in the poem is perhaps the poet himself. Second question, is she or he afraid or curious or both? The answer could be that she or he is curious but not afraid, because he wants to know what is inside the shed, and he is also ready to take a peek one day. Third one, what is she or he planning to do soon? The answer could be she or he is planning to go inside the shed one day. But not just yet suggests doubt, fear, hesitation, laziness, or something else. Choose the word which seems right to you. Tell why you chose it. Well, one answer to this could be This suggests hesitation. The poet was very confident that there were no ghosts inside the shed, yet he hesitated to go inside. Next question. Is there a room in your house or a house in your neighborhood or locality where you would rather not go alone and never at night? If there is such a place or a story to go with it, write about it. Write down the answers to these questions in the English notebook that you have prepared or on loose sheets. We'll see you next time with another English lesson. Till then, goodbye. Stay safe.